If you're looking to hit longer, straighter drives in the 2026 season, if you want to hit it past your playing partners, but more importantly, hit it straighter, hit more fairways to help you lower your scores, then guys, welcome back to Get Good at Golf. My name is Chris, and if you're new to this channel, then hit that subscribe button if you want to do just that and get good at golf. Today we are talking driver, because we want you to hit more fairways in 2026. If we hit more fairways, then we are going to hopefully hit more greens, we're going to hold a few more putts, and more importantly, we're going to lower your scores and get you to that handicap you want to see. But today we're talking about 3 points that you need to get right with this club to ensure that you can do that. And number one is ball position, because how many times I see people go onto the tee, come for lessons, struggling with your driver. You're hitting it maybe right, maybe you're hitting it left. But one of the basic checks we can do to start with is your ball position. So when I set up to the golf ball, a lot of you have been told you need to make sure you get it forwards so we can hit up on that golf ball. So you very much get into this position here, nice and strong. But you can see that's probably outside of my left foot. If I was to drop the driver here, you would see that's outside of my left foot for a right-handed golfer. And what is that going to do? So a lot of you will think, well, that's straight away going to get you hitting it left because you're going to be closing the face, you'll be past your arc. And yes, there is the potential that you can hit it left, but there's also the potential to hit it right, because often what we see is it's past your low point, the club is working left, and if we don't release that club, this is where we have a big difference between face and path. We have an open club face, a path that is working left, and as a result, we start to see a big slice, just like the one on screen. And if we start to see that, what do? Well, we start to knock that ball position back, and then we start to see people with this right here, because you might go in the driving range, you might hit a lot of golf balls with your irons. You get your 8-iron out, your 7-iron, it's your favourite club to practice with. We're now in that position there where the ball position is very much towards the centre of my stance, and from here we've now got the opposite. That club path hasn't reached its bottom, we're potentially hitting down, so we might be somebody who hits the dreaded sky and you put that mark on the top of your driver. That's because ball position is back, we're still hitting down, but that club is also working out to the right. So what we often see there is potentially a block, but then if we start to rescue it with our hands, we start to see that quick left. The old Dave Harrison, if any of you watch my channel over at Chris Dennis Golf, he used to hit that shot because his ball position used to be a long way back, and that's going to affect it. So how do we get the correct ball position, which is, for me, just inside your left heel? Well, nice and easy, I want you to start this routine of get your club into a place where it's pointing down your intended target line. From there, we're going to have your feet together. We're going to make a small step with the left foot and open it out so we can start to help you with your rotation. And we're going to take the bigger step with your right foot. Now, if I was to drop that club, it'd be dropping on the inside of my left heel, which is exactly where we would want it to be. That's going to allow me to keep my head and my sternum where it is, make my backswing, come down, release through here, and you will see head and sternum behind the golf ball, club face square, and we've got our hands in line with the golf ball. We're then going to get the ball flight we want, a penetrating ball flight, and whatever ball flight in regards to whatever loft we have on that club, which is what we want to achieve. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to set my club to my target, feet together, small step, big step, and then from here I can just make a normal motion. And straight away there, without much effort at all, that is straight down in the middle of the fairway with about 100 yards into this second hole here at Lindry. So very easy. So ball position can help us get that starting on line. But where do we potentially start to lose speed? Well, that is point number two. So point number two is talking about how we take this club away. Because how many times I see people potentially get your ball position right, you feel like, right, I'm in a good setup, I've got everything square, which yes you have, but then from there the club either picks up out here or the classic, it wraps around here. And from here, straight away, we've got the potential for you to come from the inside and leave that club face wide open. We've also got the ability of you to go and reroute over the top. So this is where we have to think about takeaway is going to help us set that backswing. If we can set the backswing correctly, we can then start to return that down, which will bring us into point 3, which is the title of this video. So, how do we get the takeaway correct? Well, I want you to think, what is coming away first? Is it the club? Is it the hands? Is it the body turning? Well, you think, if it's the hands, we're going to get into that same position again. If it's the body, we're going to start to get very much hips, chest and club not working together. From there, we're going to go in multiple different planes. So how do we take it away? Well, the first movement I want you to think about is my hips and legs are staying nice and solid, but what I am moving is my chest and club together. So we're going to move chest and club together, and straight away there, the club is still out in front of my hands, it is matching my spine angle, and this is now where we will start to hinge the club and build up into that backswing. But if we don't get that right and we start to fan the club, that club face is open, we're then potentially to slice. If we move everything together again, potentially we could have it closed, or if you pick it up again, we could have that close to our spine angle. So this is where very quickly you can start to see if you've got these issues. If you're on the driving range, you can put an alignment stick down for ball position. For this, we can just do that first move and just set up to the ball, move away, and you start to see where your club is and what's potentially going wrong. Because again, if we don't get this right, we can't keep the width in the swing, which then will seriously affect just how far I can hit that shot. So that one started right, faded ever so slightly, it's past the bunker, it's not in position A like the first one, but what's the key thing I can take away from that? It's not lost. So yes, it went a little bit to the right, it's going to be in the semi-rough, but it's not lost. Now let's talk about point number 3. So point number 3 is the title of this video. How to work your left arm in the swing, because one of the biggest swing faults that we see on the way down and through impact is that right there, a loss of connection. But before we get there, guys, if you are new to the channel, if you don't watch my channel over on Chris Dennis Golf, we do have a new channel partner here on Get Good at Golf. We have partnered with the guys at GX Gloves, an affordable carburetor leather glove. If you're sick and tired of paying ridiculous prices for gloves, golf clubs, everything, you can see we use Tacoma clubs here on the channel, an affordable direct to consumer option. GX are exactly the same as that, bringing you an affordable direct to consumer glove for under £10, and we do have that 10% discount code, and the link is in the description below. So if you want to save some money, buy a premium carburetor leather glove for half the price of the likes of FootJoy, Callaway and TaylorMade, then check that link out below, guys. We have partners for the year, so throughout the year, if you're looking for gloves, you want to save some money, like we all want to save money, then check those out. So if we want to get rid of that chicken wing, what can I do? And it's a very easy, well, I've always done that, I can't get rid of it. Well, we want you to go to that driving range and start to work on a drill. So start to make some swings left hand only. So you can see my right arm is tucked behind the left arm, and that is helping me keep that connected to my chest. Make a few swings and try to get that feel. Yes, I've got the driver. I would recommend potentially doing this with a wedge, and then potentially just go into hitting some shots one-handed, for example, maybe keeping it, even if you go that way, and try and keep it connected to your chest. Go through your tick points that you have already, ball position, take away, and just make some small swings on the driving range and start to see there, look how that's gone straight down the middle of the fairway if I hit it a little bit harder. You can see a centered strike there, and my left arm hasn't come away from my body, because if the left arm starts to come off, we can certainly start to see a two-way miss. If we return here and we don't release that club, it is wide open. The opposite we see is people will hang back and start to release that club early, because we want to make sure we can get that right. And you might be thinking, well, these are all great, I can do the routine for my takeaway and my ball position on the golf course, but how do I get that feel on the golf course? Well, if you've watched Justin Rose anytime soon, recently won on tour, fell off the face of the earth when he changed clubs. He's changed clubs back to what he knew. He's practiced and he's worked on a certain move, and you'll often see, if you're watching him on TV, how he grabs his t-shirt or his lead arm and he tucks that underneath. And what is he doing there? Well, he's trying to keep that connection with his arm and his clothing to his chest, and when he's got that tucked under his arm there, he's going to make some practice swings up to the top and through, and then he's going to come into the ball, retuck that, and really start to feel how he can commit to that shot, keep that connected. Again, leaking a little bit to the right, just left of the bunker, but that's left me a fantastic shot into the green. So guys, if you're looking to get good at golf, think about these checkpoints. Check your ball position, then check your takeaway, and then finally get that left arm working better for you to hit the longest, straightest drives that you've ever hit and shoot the lowest scores.